dear students. This is Deepa, handling chemistry. So far we are discussing the lesson periodic classification of element. Today we are going to continue the topic. Okay. So before enter into the new concept, let us recall what we have studied already. So far we have studied early concepts of classification of elements. So what are the methods we discussed? The first one is Dauberniers triads. He is a scientist. 1817 first arranged the elements, that is he grouping the elements based on the relative atomic masses. Okay, so he arranged the elements as a triads. Each group contains 3 elements, so he called the group as a triads. We call as Daubernier triads. So second, the scientist John Newland in 1866 arranged the elements and gives Newland's law of octaves. So according to his theory, every 8th element have a same property. Okay, the third we are discussed is nothing but Mendeleev's periodic table. In 1869, the Russian chemist Dmitry Mendeleev observed that the elements of similar properties repeat at regular intervals. Okay, so if it is arranged in the order of their atomic masses. Okay, these 3 scientists are arranged the elements based on the increasing order of atomic masses. Okay, so Mendeleev table is also known as a short form of the periodic table. There are some limitations present in all the 3 concepts. So now we are move on to the next concept, that is nothing but a modern periodic table, what we are now used. Okay, so it was proposed by the scientist Henry Moseley. He is an English physicist. In 1913, he arranged the elements depend on the atomic number, not on the atomic mass. He arranged the element depends on the atomic number. Okay, so based on that he proposed the modern periodic table, and he arranged the elements in the increasing order of the atomic number. This is the variation from modern periodic table to the previous arrangements. So far the scientists arranged the elements only based on their atomic mass. Okay, so but Henry Moseley arranged the elements in the increasing order of the atomic number. Okay, so modern periodic table is nothing but it is the extension of the original Mendeleev's periodic table. Already you know Mendeleev's periodic table. This is the Mendeleev periodic table. It has how many groups? 8 groups and 7 periods. Okay, so each group has a subgroup. That last week we are discussed in the last week. Okay, so this is known as a short form of the periodic table. So modern periodic table is nothing but the extension of the original Mendeleev's periodic table. Now it is known as the long form of periodic table. See here, so this is the modern periodic table. Okay, so it is nothing but the extension. How we say it is an extension eventually partha. See here how many groups? 8 groups. Okay, so in first 7 group, each group has a subgroups A, B, A, B, A, B. So the 7 into 2, 14. Okay, 14. In 8th there are 3 columns. 3 columns are Fe, cobalt, nickel. Okay, so 14 plus 3, 17, and plus 1 for inert gas. At the time inert gas found pannala, so Mendeleev did not give any more space for inert gases. So if you give inert gas 1 place means totally 18 groups. That is called as the modern periodic table. It is a long form of the table. Okay, so here we have a 18 groups. Okay, how many periods means the same 7 period as it is present. So this is the modern periodic table. Hereafter we are going to discuss the each and every group's properties one by one. Okay, so next we are going to discuss about the modern periodic law. So what is modern periodic law? Is nothing but it is the chemical and physical properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic numbers. What it is? The chemical and physical properties of the elements are the periodic functions of the atomic mass. So this was given by the scientist Henry Moseley. Already you know what is atomic number. It is nothing but the number of protons or the number of electrons. Okay, so the physical and chemical properties of the elements depend not only the number of protons but also it depends upon the number of electrons present in an atom and the arrangement of the electrons in an atom. Okay, so it should be very important to consider the atomic numbers instead of atomic mass. The properties of the element should be the periodic functions of their atomic numbers. So this is known as a modern periodic law. It is an important 2-mark question. So modern periodic law. Okay. So next we are going to discuss about the features of modern periodic table. So the very first point is, see here, all the arrangements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic number. This is the first point. Okay. So all the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic number. See here, first element, second element, third, fourth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that atomic number. Already you know where we written the atomic number at the subscript. Okay. Here it should be just denoted on the corner. Atomic number mele theriyunradhukaga potrukanga, but you know atomic number should be written at the subscript of the element. Okay. So all the elements are arranged in the increasing order of the atomic number. This is the first point. So all the elements are, just repeat, all the elements are arranged in the increasing order of the atomic number. Okay. So the second one is, the horizontal rows are called as periods. The horizontal rows are called as periods. As Mendeleev table itself, you know, the horizontal rows are called as periods. So how many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay. So the horizontal rows are called periods. There are 7 periods in the periodic table. The elements are placed in the periods based on the number of cells in their atoms. Okay. So how many number of cells? So for example, hydrogen, it has only 1 cell. Okay. Lithium, it has a 2 cells. So it comes under the second period. Okay. Sodium, it has a 3 cell. So it comes under the third period, like that. Okay. The elements are placed in periods based on the number of cells in their atom. For example, I just show here. Okay. Hydrogen, helium, it has only 1 cell. So it should be present on the top of the first cell present type. Okay. So second period, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, all those have 2 cells. Adhanala it should be present in a second period. Okay. Third, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, all those have 3 cells. So it comes under the category of third one. Okay. So the elements are arranged in the periods based on the number of cells in their atoms. For example, if it is present in a sixth period, how many cells it has? 6 cells. Okay. So based on that, it should be arranged. Okay. This is the periods. So period 1 have only 1 orbital, period 2 have only 2 orbital, period 3 have only 3 orbital, likewise it has. Okay. So next one is, we discussed about the periods. What about the next one? It is the columns, vertical columns in the periodic table. Okay. So it is from the top to bottom. They are called as the groups. Already you know, vertical columns in the periodic table starting from the top to bottom are called groups. There are 18 groups in the periodic table. How many groups? 18 groups in the periodic table. So already I told, Mendeleev table have a 7 plus 1 8 irukku. And the 7 on each 7 groups have a 2 subgroup. Adu ellame cheythu 14, and the 3 8th group la the 3 partitions சேர்ந்து 14 plus 3 17, and the last one inert gas ellame சேர்ந்து totally how many groups are there? 18 groups in the periodic table. In modern periodic table, the number of period is 7 and number of groups are 18. It may be asked in a 1-mark question. Kindly remember it. Okay. So this is the one. So these subgroups are joined together and form 14 groups. This 14 plus 3 plus 17 and 1 for inert gas. So totally 18 groups we have in the modern periodic table. This is one of the features. Okay. So based on the physical and chemical properties of the elements, they are grouped into various families. Okay. In the modern periodic table, based on the physical and chemical properties of the elements, they are grouped into various families. See the colors. So there are some colors should be present in the periodic table. So it does not be, it should represent each group. Over groups. Abindratha represent pandradhukaga da these colors. Okay. So these are the features of the modern periodic table. Next we are going to discuss about the family members. So what are the family members? So see here, the first one. The first group is called as alkali metal. What it is? Alkali metal. The group 1 element is called as alkali metal. Group 2, that is called as alkaline earth metals. Later we discuss why the names are comes out, alkaline, alkali. So on the names we will discuss throughout the session. Okay. The first group is called as alkali metal. The second one is called as alkaline earth metal. Okay. You see here 3 to 12. The total groups are called as transition metals. The 3 to 12 are called as a transition metals. 13th group is called as the boron family because the first element is boron. All the properties are similar each other. All properties are similar. So we called as a boron family. Similarly for 14th family, what's the first element? Carbon. We called as a carbon family. Okay. For 15th, what's the first element? Nitrogen. So we called as a nitrogen family. So 16th, it is called as a good oxygen family or chalcogen family. Okay. The 17th is nothing but halogens. 17th are known as fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine are known as halogens, and the last 18th group is known as the noble gases or inert gases. Okay, so these are the groups present in the modern periodic table. The first one is called as the alkali metal, the second one is called as the alkaline earth metal, the 3 to 12 groups are called as a transition metal, and 13th group is called as the boron family, 14th is called as a carbon, 15 is nitrogen, 16 is oxygen family, 17 is known as the halogens, and the 18th group is known as the noble gas or inert gases. Okay, so next we are discussed one by one about the classification of elements into blocks. Okay, already you know atoms. In atom, electron revolve around the nucleus in a stationary circular path, that is called as the orbit. Okay, so the orbit should be represented as KLMN. In Bohr's atomic model we will discuss it. So instead of KLMN we give a numbering also, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so far you know it has only the orbits or cells, that is KLMN. Okay, and etc. So hereafter each cell has more than one or more subcells. Each cell consists of one or more subcells in which the electrons are distributed in a certain manner. Okay, so why it is called as means already you know it forms to octet format. So based on that each cell has one or more subcells. So what are the subcells? S, P, D and F. So what are the subcells? S, P, D and F. So if it is a orbit means KLMN. So which one is the lowest orbit? K. Adukapra L, M, N. Likewise S fillanadukapra P, adukapra D and then F. Okay. It should be represented as a small letters. Capital S, P, D, F. Okay. The subcells are designated as S, P, D and F. Based on the arrangement of electrons in subcells, the elements of periodic table are classified into 4 blocks. What are they? S block, P block, D block and F block elements. Okay, so based on the arrangement of electrons in subcells. So if it is in S cell and the electron present, that is called as a S block element. If it is present in a B cell, P cell present, it is known as a P block element. If it is present in a D cell, outermost electron D layer, it is known as a D block, and if it is F present, it is known as a F block element. Okay, so based on the arrangement of electrons in subcells, the elements of periodic table are classified into 4 blocks, that is called as S, P, D and F. Okay, so here this is the periodic table. The first 2 blocks are known as the S block because you see the element should be present in first group. All the first group elements should have the outermost valency of 1s1 been present. Okay, S1. So in the second group, all the second group must be have the valency of S2. Similarly, the P block, that is from 13th to 18th, the boron family ends with the electronic configuration P1. Carbon family ends with P2, and nitrogen family it has the valency in P3, oxygen P4, oxygen family P4, and fluorine family, that is halogen, is P5, and inert gases have a complete P6 octet format. Okay, so it is called as a P block element, and the transition elements group 3 to group 12 are known as a D block element, and the lactinides and actinides are known as a F block elements. Okay, so see here, first we go through one by one. So S block elements. So S block elements are nothing but group 1 and group 2. Group 1 is known as a alkali metal. Group 2 is known as a alkaline earth metal. Okay, so they are also called as a representative elements. It may be asking them one more question. What's the another name for group 1 and group 2 elements? Okay, so the another name for alkali and alkaline earth metal is known as the representative elements. Okay. Okay, if the group 1 elements are metals except hydrogen, already you know, except hydrogen all the group 1 elements are metals. So if you react with water to form a solution, that solution must be changes the vegetable dye from red to blue color. Already you are studied in acid basis lesson படிச்சிருக்கோம் 8th ல what we have studied. So indicators எல்லாம் படிச்சிருக்கோம். Acid react turns litmus paper to this color to this படிச்சிருக்கோமா? Okay, various indicators எல்லாம் படிச்சிருக்கோம். Similarly, so if it is changed to red to blue இருந்தா it is in a basic solution, so it is called as a alkali metal. So the in metals or react with water to form solution that change the vegetable dye from red to blue because the solutions are highly alkaline or basic, so that it is called as the alkali metal. This is the reason for group 1 elements are called as alkali metal. Okay, similarly the in S block what are the elements are present? Group 2 elements also present. So the group 2 elements also metal. So these group 2 elements combine with oxygen to form oxides. In original state it is called as the earth oxides. These oxides produce an alkali solution when they dissolve in water, so that it is called as the alkaline earth metals. Group 2 elements are called as the alkaline earth metals. This is the reason for the name of the group 2 and group 1 elements. Okay, so it is next we are going to discuss about P block elements. Already you know group 13 to group 18 are called as the P block elements. So this include boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine families in addition to the noble gases. It is also known as the representative elements. Okay, so there is a this is the biggest variety of elements. The P block elements is the biggest variety of elements. Why we call it as means it has metals, non-metals, metalloids, எல்லாருமே இந்த P blockல present ஆயிருக்காங்க. If you see here, so this color should be, these are all metals. Okay, these are all metalloids. These are all called as the non-metals. So this is halogen, this is inert gases. Okay, so various types of elements should be present. Different types of properties elements should be present in the P block. So it is known as the biggest. Block. This block only contains the biggest variety of elements. Okay, metals, metalloids and non-metals. All those things are present. Okay, so next we are going to discuss about D block elements. So D block elements is nothing but it includes group 3 to group 12. Group 3 to group 12. So they are found in the periodic table at the center of the periodic table. So because it resembles some properties to S block and some properties to P block, so that it is present in the center and it is called as a transition elements. What we are called transition elements. So it include 3 to 12 and it should be present in the center of the periodic table. Why it is means it has some properties based on S block and some of P block. So intermediate elements. So it is called as a transition element. So next we are going to discuss about F block elements. So it includes 14 elements of lanthanum and 14 elements of actiniums. Okay, so these lanthanums are called as lanthanides and actinum. After actinum, 14 elements are called as actinides. Actually, it should be present in the periodic table as a center. Or 3D view la pakumbodhu pinnadi da present aayirukku, so that it should be cut and give at the bottom of the periodic table la rendu line la ipdi paatha namakku ella elements view பண்றது கஷ்டம்ன்றதுனால தான் should be cut and give at the bottom of the periodic table. Okay, so this is called as the inner transition elements. What we are called, the F block elements are known as the inner transition elements. Okay, so next we are going to discuss about the advantages of the modern periodic table. Okay, so this table overcome all the limitations present in the already 3 methods. Enna limitations alla irundo, all those things are classified. The first one is it is based on a more fundamental property, that is atomic number. Okay, the first one is it is based on the more fundamental property, that is atomic number. The second one, it correlates the position of the element with its electronic configuration more clearly. So based on the electronic configuration, increasing order of atomic number la நம்ம elements arrange பண்ணும்போது அடுத்த configuration elements are arranged sequentially. அப்படி வரதுனால it correlates the position of the elements correctly. Okay, the next one is the completion of each period is more logical. Why we are saying it's first element la ஒரு p orbital ஆரம்பிக்குதுன்னா p1 p2 p3 p4 p5 p6 அப்படிን end ஆயிரும், அந்த period full complete ஆயிரும். Okay, so the completion of each period is more more logical because in period as the atomic number increases, the energy cells are gradually filled up until an inert gas configuration is reached. So inert gas configuration வர வரைக்கும் each cells has been one over electron gradually increase table. So the completion of each period is more logical. Okay. So next one is it is easy to remember and reproduce. That is also the one of the biggest advantage. The next one, each group is independent group. That is there is no subgroups in this. Okay. Subgroups concept should be discarded and each group is an independent group. And one position for all isotopes. Already you know isotopes are have the same atomic number. So if the atomic number same means we don't want to allocate a new position. So carbon isotopes ரெண்டுக்குமே ஒரே number atomic numbers தான் இருக்கப்படுது. 12 12 தான் இருக்கப்படுது. Okay. 6 6. Okay. So there is no change. If it is a carbon 612 or carbon 613, both are atomic number are same, it should be present at the same place. So the isotopes have the same atomic number. So one position for all isotopes of an element is justified. Okay. Okay. So this is also one of the biggest advantage of this modern periodic table. The next one is the position of the 8th group, that is the last group is known as the in Mendeleev column he leave the 8th group, that is in Mendeleev 3 elements should be present in the 8th group that should be justified in this table. That is comes under the category of transition elements and it should be present in between the S block and P block elements, between the P block and S block elements. Okay. The table completely separates metal from non-metals. So metals are should be present in the left side and non-metals are present in upper right corners of the periodic table. Okay. So the next advantage is the position of certain elements which were earlier misfit, but now it is satisfied based on the atomic number of the element. Okay. So placing lanthanides and actinides are also is justification because by placing the lanthanides and actinides at the bottom of the periodic table. Let us recap what we have studied in this today's session. We are discussed about the modern periodic table. It was proposed by the English physicist Henry Moseley in the year 1913. He arranged the elements based on the increasing order of their atomic number. Next we are discussed about the modern periodic law. It is nothing but the chemical and physical properties of the elements are the periodic functions of the atomic numbers. Okay. So next we discuss about the features of modern periodic table, that is elements are arranged in increasing order of their atomic mass. It has 7 periods and 18 groups. So based on the physical properties of the elements, it should be grouped into various families. Okay. So next we discuss the classification of elements, that is S block, P block, D block and F block. If the outermost cell of the electron present in S, it is called as S block. If it is present in P, it is called as a P block, and the outermost cell electron present in D, it is called as a D block, and if it is in F, it is called as a F block element. And the advantages, so whatever the limitation proposed in the last 3 years, all those things are satisfied here. So I hope you all are understand and enjoy the session. Go through it. Meet you in the next session. Thank you, students.